time for the Praise Report, a media ministry of Heartland Christian Center. Many have been touched physically, spiritually, and emotionally while enjoying the program. And now, here's Pastor John.
Well, we are recording this around Thanksgiving time. Christmas is right around the corner. You might be watching this in July and August or sometime down the road. We're recording it from a thrift store here. We got a handful of people here. We just had lunch and we finished this. We're going back to work. And what Christmas is, how many of you feel like I do? Christmas is, without a doubt, my most favorite time of the year. I love Christmas. It brings back good memories. Memories like in the town where I was raised, we had a nativity scene in the town circle. My family used to put in the tallest tree they can get, shipped all the way from wherever, and we used to put up and decorate it in circle. We used to decorate the bank and the police station, and we used to sell Christmas trees, and we used to plow the snow. It was a fun time. Making me mushy. We used to sleigh ride. Oh, you can't even sleigh ride no more. They say it's dangerous. But you can smoke pot and do drugs, and you can shoot cops and other things, but sleigh riding is dangerous. Unbelievable. How far we have gone backwards. Oh, you can't call it Christmas. You can't call it a Christmas tree. If you take Christ out of Christmas, all you'll have is a mass or a mess. Jesus is not only the reason for the season at Christmas time, all the time. Now, when I was a child growing up, I really thought he was born on December 25th. And I thought the three wise men just showed up and the shepherds showed up and poof, there they were. No, he wasn't born on December 25th, but as I grew in the Lord, I realized it is the day we celebrate his birth. And Easter time, a Resurrection Sunday, we celebrate his resurrection. And on Good Friday, we remember what he did for us on Calvary. And the greatest miracle is not his death, but his resurrection. But now they don't want it to call a Christmas tree because we offend somebody, or because, well, don't you know it's a pagan thing? No, not to me, it's not. Well, you can't say Merry Christmas, you offend somebody. Well, I'm offended that my offending them offended them. Well, come on, let's get real. We're not going to take Christ out of Christmas. We got a sign in the window there that says Merry Christmas. We got a sign on the other window that says Jesus is the reason for the season. We're not going to do that. We're going to save Christmas. But we did another program, Saving Christmas, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, even though it was outdated because we made announcements in it. But also, there's another program called Keep Christ in Christmas. When we had people who sit in this room here, just had a feeding yesterday, where they went out with a crew of people and fed the down and out. It was just somebody down on their luck. You know, everybody needs a lift up once in a while. And they do a lot of good. So we keep Christ in Christmas by doing good things for people, because Christmas is about giving, not taking, about sharing the love of God. But I hope my producer don't go like this, because I got a little testimony here. 1981, I was traveling with Dr. Roy Harden, who you all know for many years was my pastor. He's in heaven now. And we went out of state. I don't think any of you ever, some of you may have heard this. We went out of state, and he wanted to introduce me to a friend of his. The friend is an author of 30 books. He's on New York Times bestseller. He was an advisor to 2 presidents. Very successful, very wealthy person. He's also a relative of a friend of mine that's a friend. And we were going to go there to have dinner, and he wanted me to meet these people. And he just built a multi-million-dollar house. Well, we got there before he came home, and just we got there, and then he came in right behind. And they had this watch on, a $40,000 watch. And we sat down to dinner, and the owner of the house said, we're going to have a little toast with wine. And he said, Roy, does your friend John, would he get offended if we have a little wine? And he says, no. He says, John's a Christian, but he's not a prude. I'll never forget that. That's what my pastor said. John's a Christian, but he's not a prude. I don't know what that word prude means yet, but I'm going to check it out. It seems like you do. All right. All right, listen. So we only got 6 minutes left. So he was hot under the collar in his brand new multi-million-dollar house with his $40,000 watch. He said, I just had an argument with a guy and I had to tell him off. He said, I was speaking at some place, and after I was speaking, this guy came up to me and he said, do you know how many people you can feed if you sell that watch? Give the money to the poor? Well, the fella, and I don't want to mention his name, I'm hoping I don't. The fella, multi-million-dollar house, advisor to 2 presidents, the speaker representing a major Christian ministry that you would all know, advisor of 2 presidents, on the New York Sellers top 10 list of authors. And he said, yeah. And I said, I looked at the guy and I said, you don't know how much I've sowed to get what I have. You don't know how many people I've helped, how much I've given away. And you're going to judge me on my watch? He said, I wear this watch as a testimony of how good my God is, and he blesses blessers. And he told the guy off, and I'm paraphrasing it, because I got 5 minutes left. Making me worship. And let me tell you about this guy. You see him on Fox News a lot. They call him to talk and all. But I'll tell you his name after we're done. And come on, making me worship. Let me tell you what him and his family did every Christmas time. They loaded up a truck. His kid was a little guy. I'll tell you about his kid after when Emily's not here too. He always used to do that to me. He was, get out of here, kid. And they would dress up as Santa Claus, him and his wife. And they would go to the poor sections in town. Nobody knew who they were. They thought they were Santa Claus. The kids got their picture taken in the mall last night with Santa Claus. And I told them I'm the real Santa Claus. And I said this, 1981. I says, wow, I want to be so blessed. I said, Lord, I would like to be so blessed that I could do something like that. Just load up a truck of stuff and give it to the needy people. Wouldn't that be cool? Well, let me tell you what happened. I think it was 2005. A few days before Christmas. We're walking from Alabama over the bridge into Mississippi, over the bridge, and into Louisiana. We walked carrying boxes from house to house. The boxes were dressed and wrapped with Christmas-type paper. Blessing. Ooh. The Katrina hurricane victims. And I thought, oh my God, you're answering a prayer I prayed in 1981, and now it's 1985. And we did it again for 2.5 years, went up 9 times, blessing the hurricane victims, during Thanksgiving time, during Valentine's time, during Father's Day time, during Mother's Day time, during Easter time, and each time we went, we wrapped the boxes according to the season. And we left on Christmas Eve until we could be back, or back in our church on Christmas Day. And I thought, my God, he answered that prayer. I am so blessed that we could bring who knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I estimated that our ministry invested $1 million into blessing the hurricane victims in the 2-year period. And guess what? We didn't have the watch, we didn't have the house, we didn't have the gas, we didn't have the truck to start it. Becky and I went to the dollar store and for $50 got 50 things. And we put it on a table. And I asked the viewers on our television, watching our television program, told them what we're doing. I asked them to donate. The stuff is still coming in from the seed we sowed in 2005. You cannot outgive the Lord. Ephesians 6:8. Whatsoever good thing you make happen for other man, anyone, God will make happen for you. Well, I've had a Rolex watch, but it just wasn't me. Nothing wrong with it. It wasn't me. I gave it to a guy in a church in Tallahassee, and every once in a while, another pastor comes up, shows up with it. You give it to this guy, he gives it to that guy, it just travels. That's just not me. But there's nothing wrong to have things as long as things don't have you. But I prayed a prayer in 1981 that I would like to be so blessed that I could be able to just go and give stuff away during Christmas time. And God answered that prayer. Keep Christ in Christmas not by just saying, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. No, by sharing the love of God with others. And whatever God has given you and blessed you with, give it to others in the name of Jesus. That's how you keep Christ in Christmas. Well, I don't know what month you're watching this in, but I'm going to say Merry Christmas, and I'm going to say Happy New Year, and I'm going to say God bless you. I'm going to say God bless America. I'm going to support our police department and our troops. And it's a shameful day when criminals become victims and policemen become criminals in the eyes of some people. And racism is stood up because of people with wrong agendas. And when we have people in political office that support other religions and have the nerve to say America is no longer a Christian nation, then you must have thought it was. So God bless you, and God bless America, and Merry Christmas. Say amen.
Amen. Don't stop, keep on doing what you're doing. Gotta keep moving. Don't stop, keep on doing what you're doing. Gotta keep moving. Don't stop, keep on doing what you're doing.